Right, so Public Health and Safety Committee looking at this issue a little differently than Parks and Rec did. Give us an idea of kind of what drove the discussion today for you regarding opening the pools.
Sure. So Public Health and Safety's task is always a little bit different. So the Park and Rec Committee manages facilities in terms of operations and logistics. So when they looked at opening the pools, they look at an opening plan, what that would all entail, whether they could even do it. Conceptually, they believe they could. They asked us to weigh in. Our task, though, is to look at it from a community standpoint in terms of health and safety, which is our name, and what are the risks? Is it a bridge too far to open the pools and pray for the best? We analyzed today the reopening plan that the pool staff has developed. They do have a reasonable approach to pool opening. Logistically, they would certainly like to open all three pools to kind of spread out the attendance a little bit. But we all also would like to know a little more from our districts as far as what true public opinion is. We've got some public feedback. We don't have a monumental amount of public feedback. So tonight, the Public Health and Safety Committee denied that. The resolution to open the pools failed 1-4. That said, that's not a final decision. We go to the council with that on Tuesday night. And so I believe it's going to council on a 3-2 recommendation in favor from Parks and a 1-4 failure from Public Health and Safety. And so the council will have to read the minutes of both. Many of them probably watched us online and think through that discussion, talk with their residents, get that public feedback, and then Tuesday night, we have to decide once and for all what we're going to do.
And so obviously you said you've gotten a little bit from some of your residents. There was some feedback earlier this week as well. You really want people to kind of educate themselves on this and say, here's what I thought. I mean, that public feedback's going to be valuable, right?
It is. And the thing is you don't want to go through the process of opening and have no one want to use them. If people are fearful and won't come, there's no point in having the expense of the opening and the staffing. But for people who are less worried about that, it's an outdoor venue. They've dedicated themselves to monitoring social distancing, to cleaning during their downtime all day. They're going to be doing their cleaning. They're adding some staff for that purpose. So they're not opening the pools, or if we would agree to open the pools, they wouldn't be opening them as you knew the pools every other year, where everybody just shows up and the place is packed, and it's kind of a wild place. And so I think the plan they have really slashes the numbers that are admitted in the first place. It would cordon off some areas for families to sit with their towel or whatever. But they wouldn't be selling concessions. They're not going to have swim lessons. There's too much one-on-one with that. So, opening the pools would look much different under this proposal. Now, that said, from a health and safety standpoint, the recommendation from the Health Department, the CDC, Department of Health Services, and Marathon County Health, all of those recommendations haven't changed, and all of those entities recommended staying closed. So, we felt that the cautious approach is to stay closed. Now, whether or not we all are still of that mind Tuesday night is yet to be seen. We want to take the rest of the week and the weekend, get some feedback from our districts. I live in a district that has Schulenburg Pool. We love our pool. The early feedback that I received is that the residents who have contacted me, with the exception of one, would like to see the pool stay closed for safety. That said, there has to be an equal number of pool users out there who would love to see it open, but I've not heard from those folks yet. So I'm going to do some outreach over the weekend, get together with people that I know in the area and get some public feedback and see if I can get an accurate depiction of what my people want to see me do Tuesday night.
Yeah, because as you mentioned, this is going with 1 for, 1 against, if you will. And everybody seems like they're really on the fence about it. I mean, even Pat says he's flipping 2 or 3% either way. So this is obviously something that's going to go Tuesday and can go either way, right?
It's a hard decision, and I think the other night, if they were hoping that the Public Health and Safety Committee would, either reinforce the decision or make the process easier for Tuesday, it probably didn't. I mean, it's been well vetted. We've talked it through really well, and the analysis has been really good, but many of us, I think, are as undecided as we were when we came in. And so Tuesday night, it's anyone's guess what they'll do.
All right. Anything else we should know then before we let you go?
No, I think that if the public has an opinion on the issue, call their council member. I mean, all 11 of us have to make a decision Tuesday night. We welcome public feedback. We want that public engagement, and our decisions are better if people talk to us. So if they call us, if they email us, whatever, the more we know, the better our decisions will be. So that's where I'm at.
All right.